Alright, so first things I want to cover, I'm not even sure if you guys can see the screen because it's so bright out today, so it's 11 in the morning. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago, and you can see pretty much like right now the account is, with the open positions, we're in profit. A couple of them are about to hit stop loss. That's fine, but yeah, last night was kind of rough. I'm down to $82 on the account, which is like 8% of the account, which not the best. I'm risking 0.01%. And yeah, I mean, there's that with the MetaTrader. Once again, like, I'm really honestly not too worried about it though. It's 8%. And so if we do some math here, so we take $100, divide that by 90 pips because that's my big winners, divide that by 1. I still only need to have 11 big winning trades, so like I'm really not worried about it. And then so here's the account metrics. You can see we just pretty much took a straight nosedive. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, we're down 7.99%, pretty much 8%. And yeah, that's pretty much that with the trading for the month so far. We're down 9%. The month just started, so I'm honestly not too worried about it. Guys, like it's literally only Tuesday. I'm not worried about it, any of that. So anyways, there was that though. And let me zip up my fucking gear and then we'll start hitting the road. Alright, so we just talked about how my results are going for trading so far today, or last night. But I haven't taken any new trades yet. I haven't taken any new trades yet though. This morning, I mean, it's only 11 o'clock, so I haven't taken I haven't taken new trades at all, just because it's not in my trading session and I really don't want to be hit within the spread manipulations. But what I'm going to do is right now we're just going to take a ride out to Manson, then we're going to head to Intiat. So yeah, so we're just gonna take a cruise out to Manson, honestly, because I feel like shit today, which I'll get into later. First, I want to say it's not because of my trading. I literally just woke up like this. You wake up some days and you feel like shit, and I really want to kind of have that therapy session. That's what this ride right here is going to be for. And then I'm going to head to Intiat. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to drop by my brother-in-law and sister's house. So first things I want to cover. Today I was planning to do my first maintenance on the bike because I'm almost at 500 miles. And yeah, no, I'm almost at 500 miles. And the maintenance is at 600. So, pretty much I just need to clean and lube the chain on the bike. I need to get an oil change and replace the oil filter, and then I won't have to do that again until like the next 1,000 miles, so when the bike hits 1,600 miles or so. So pretty much like once a month I'm gonna have to clean and lube the chain, and then I'll probably have to do like every riding season change my oil like 3 times every riding season, so 3 times every year, so just with the amount of riding that I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, no, that was a plan, but I called around. I tried calling, pretty much I've called every motorcycle shop that was out in Wenatchee, just because we don't have one close to Chelan. And I called every motorcycle shop out in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Cashmere, in that area, and I got nothing, Pretty much, oh man, my eyes are bothering me because I just woke up. Yeah, no, I called around and ain't nobody that can get me in today. They're all booked out for a month. I don't know how that's possible, but they're all the way booked out for the next month. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the maintenance myself today. It's really easy. It's just pretty much cleaning and lubing the chain, which is I've seen videos on it. I've never done it before, but on a motorcycle anyways, but it looks and seems very easy. You literally just, clean and lube the chain. Like that's it. I don't know how to say it. You get a brush, there's like special brushes, and you get cleaner, and then you let that dry, and then you lube the chain, and you're all good to go. With the oil change, it's very simple too. Like, you just pull the drain plug, but you pull the drain plug, you take out the filter, drain the oil, put in a new filter. It's just like changing the oil on a car. So there's that. But yeah, no, so why did I wake up feeling like shit today? I don't know exactly why I really feel, well, I do know exactly why I feel like shit. It's just, I guess it's a very personal thing for me. And, it's very personal, so it's going to take me a second to figure out how I want to word it correctly. If I'm going to be kind of straight out with it, though, I feel very lonely. My trading, doesn't really affect me emotionally anymore, because I know how it works. I've gotten to a point where money, oh, that's a bug, but money doesn't affect me really much anymore. If you have nice things, I don't really give a shit. If you have a nice car, I don't really care. If you have a nice place, I really don't care. Like, just materialistic and money, just, it doesn't impress me like it used to. Like, I really just don't even give a shit anymore. And the biggest thing for me today that I felt like feeling like shit is not because of, I was down fucking only $80 on a day. Like, who cares? It was just because, I just kind of feel lonely. I keep, honestly, I keep trying to put myself out there, but I'm just kind of gonna give up on that. And, like, in terms of relationship-wise, like, I want a girlfriend, a significant other, but I honestly, like, come to the point where I just don't think I'm ever gonna find somebody. I know I will eventually, but just, it really sucks, because you see everybody around you. It's a windy day today. You see everybody around you, though, you see everybody around you getting in relationships, people you graduated high school with, they're having kids, and, and I'm just kind of over here, as I would put it, struggling, like, I'm really trying to make something happen with my life, and, honestly, it hasn't been going the best for me. Like, I don't want to say it hasn't been going the best for me, because I've been making progress over the past couple years. I've been kind of moving forward with everything. It's just, I don't know if it's because people perceive, like, they put on this front so people will like them more, of them succeeding, so they buy all these nice things, and then, they're like, oh man, like, look at me, I'm making so much money, when in reality they're really not, and they're, just spending all of their money just to make themselves look cooler. But, and then I have a really bad problem with comparing myself to others, and also the added pressure where, pretty much everyone in my family, I have a couple sisters, and, they've all had kids. I'm kind of like a middle child, like, not really, but, I'm on the lower end of the middle child. I'm the second to last child, and then I have a younger sister, but, I'm 21, all of my older sisters, all of my older siblings, they've all had kids. And, guess who's next in line? Me. And, I'm just kind of over here just working on my businesses. I don't have a girlfriend. And honestly, I really want kids. I see everybody graduating, and honestly, that's why I feel like shit today, is just because I woke up just kind of like wondering, like, why. It's not the best thing to be asking or wondering this, but I'm just kind of like, why am I, I'm working so fucking hard over here for, it's really windy today, but it's just kind of like, I'm over here working really fucking hard on my business, and, I'm trying to do good for myself. Prices are going up, real estate is going up, inflation rates are insane, And, you know, like, it's really hard to support yourself as a single person. And I'm just really struggling, and I have nobody. And that's why I woke up feeling like shit today, is because I genuinely have nobody. You know, you can say, oh, families will be there forever, whatnot. Like, I mean, I have good family members. It's just, they're not the support that I need. They're not even the support that I want, and that's just the honest truth of it. I'm not trying to get depressing in this video or anything. It's just, you know, that's what I want these moto vlogs to be, is just me talking about how I feel, what's going through my mind for the day, and just kind of like getting stuff off my chest, you know, because I thought it would be a good idea. And I thought, you know, people like videos where they get raw, and or they like videos where I get raw in it, you know, and they, you know, get really intimate. But, you know, like, I just don't know anymore. I pretty much got nobody. You know, my mother and my stepfather, just, you know, they're not my most favorite people. You know, I honestly, like, through my whole life, I could never go to them for anything. It was always, like, pretty much my siblings raised me, pretty much. My mother and stepfather. I don't want to go into too much detail about them, because that's not what this video is about, but my siblings, I love my siblings dearly. My older sisters and my younger sister, I love all of them very dearly, but you know, as much as I talk to them about my problems, it doesn't help. And you know, I just have a lot of problems with myself that I need to work on. But and you know, maybe that's why I feel so bad, is because I see everybody else around me. You know, it looks like they're living a good life, they're having kids, but at the same time, it's like, you know, financially, like, how long is that gonna last? You know, like, how long are you gonna be able to be happy like that? Are you gonna be like 50 and then you're gonna finally realize, like, wow, I really hate my job, I wish I had more free time, all this kind of stuff, I wish I had more money, you know, and it just, where the world's going now, how are they gonna feel? You know, but I'm not too worried about how they're gonna feel. I'm more worried about how I'm gonna feel, and how my kids are gonna feel. Yeah, no, sorry, he was pulling in, and I was kind of like really concentrating on behind me and in front of me. But, you know, I just kind of like, that's kind of what I've been focusing on and thinking about. Hopefully this ride makes me feel better. I'm gonna be, you know, out of the house all day today. I'm gonna head to Wenatchee. I don't know what I'm gonna do in Wenatchee. I might just hit the shop, and then might go get some things in Wenatchee. I'm not too sure, but no, just really focusing on just kind of riding today, and hopefully that'll make me feel better. But, you know, I just kind of like compare myself to other people. And still recording, cool, but I have a really bad habit of comparing myself to others, especially people that I know personally. You know, like, I know a couple people where, you know, that even underclassmen that I know, and what I mean by underclassmen, if you guys don't know, is people who were in grades below me. And, you know, I graduated in 2019, and people who graduated in 2020, you know, people who graduated the year after me, some of them already have their own house and all these nice cars. But realistically, you know, I see how my parents are, and, you know, my mother, she by herself makes over $100,000 a year. I'm not trying to brag. I don't live a good lifestyle. Like, I was raised, I never got anything. I mean, I don't want to say I never got anything, because my parents gave me a car as a graduation gift, but then I crashed it this past winter. Not my fault, by the way. I was going the speed limit, a little under the speed limit. It was snowing, and you know, I lost traction and smashed into a guardrail and totaled that bitch. But, you know, like, I just kind of, you know, I'm just kind of like looking at them, and they're making less than 100. I know for a fact, because they're 20 years old. You know, very, very, very unlikely that you're making $100,000 a year, over $100,000 a year at 20 years old. And you know, other than, you have to have your own business to be making that type of money at 20 years old, unless you're fucking, you got some ins with your family or something. But honestly, like, most people that are around me, you know, they own, no, I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people that are, you know, the same age as me or underclassmen, they've either gotten married, had kids already, or own their own houses and all these nice cars. And it's like, you know, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, I don't, you know, that's their life. But for me, I want that so bad. But I know that I shouldn't go for it. And why shouldn't I? Because of the financial cost and the hole that's going to put me in for the rest of my life. When you buy a house like that, you are locking yourself in a contract. And a lot of these houses that they were getting are nice houses too. Like, they're not cheap. I don't know. I think that's the truck up here. I don't know if that's my my bike. But a lot of these houses they're getting, it smells like gas really bad. I think it's a truck, but I really hope it's that truck. But you know, they're getting these nice houses and nice cars, nice things. Looks like they're living a good life or their best life. And it's like, bro, like, my ear itches. But it's like, bro, like, how much money are you making compared to how much money you're going to be outputting? How much money are you paying in interest? And all of these different things. And you know, what makes me feel better about myself is just, you know, with all the books that I've read, right? Like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, listening to podcasts, because that's pretty much the only stuff I listen to. You know, when I'm sitting down on my computer editing videos and stuff, I'll usually have like a podcast playing in the back, just something about money, something that's going to teach me new stuff about money. That was a rock. But it's going to teach me new things about money and how the world works with money, just like a very realistic view on terms of money and motivational stuff. And you know, I just kind of look at them, and no judgment on who they are as a person. You know, quite frankly, a lot of these people I like, and I could see myself being friends with them if I just talked to them. But you know, I just kind of, I don't know, like I it's easier for me to focus on myself when I have nobody around me. I probably push everybody away without me knowing it. You know, I wouldn't even say that, because honestly, like, I've had so many new friendships form from, you know, from my trading thing. I just kind of gave up on people, you know, like, I think like a year and a half ago or so. Like, I honestly haven't had a good quality friend for so long, you know, because a lot of the people, that guy has a touring bike, but a lot of people, you know, I don't know what it is. I think it's just because the way I was approaching my trading is, you know, I was very transparent with stuff. You know, like, I noticed that is people, when you show your results, right? But with my results, I noticed that ever since I started showing my results, even if, you know, losing, you know, just being a loser, showing my results, people, they just stop talking to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just like, oh man, this man is really focused on his own goals. Maybe they're just like, oh, he's really focused on his own goals. Maybe this, maybe that, whatever. But yeah, no, back to the topic of me feeling like shit today. This video might actually be a longer video just because, like, I have continuously been talking. So I ended up actually hanging out at my sister's all day today, and so I'm currently in Entiat right now, but we're heading home now. So, oh, this is gonna be a sketchy ride. I've only driven at night from work, so we're running into a huge amount of hazards tonight. It is deer season, so we're gonna have deer on the road. It's nighttime, obviously, and we're gonna have to go highway speeds. I'm not saying that I'm going to go 60. I'm gonna try to, you know, keep my speed low as much as I can. If anybody wants to pass me, I'm just gonna deal with it, because I really don't give a shit about keeping up the speed. I just want to be able to get home safely. But first, we're gonna stop by the gas station, and we're gonna fill up. So today, what did I do today? I ended up hanging out at my sister's house all day today. So what ended up happening was, you know, I just, you know, it's family. I just ended up hanging out with family all day today. And, you know, I know at the beginning of the video, I talked about family is family, but, you know, it still feels like I'm kind of alone in terms of, like, how I'm feeling, what I'm dealing with. No, I feel like nobody's going to understand. But we're gonna pull into this gas station right here. But yeah, no, like I just kind of hung out with them today. It was all right. We had some food and, you know, just kind of normal family stuff, I guess. But yeah, if anything, what I'm gonna do is I can actually take advantage of the traffic that's happening right now. I could ride behind them, and that would be safer for me instead of just being out on my own. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get going. I'm gonna try to keep up with traffic. But yeah, I didn't even show my trades throughout the day, but pretty much I've taken new trades for the day, and I didn't really notice anything too different. I didn't really notice anything today. Like I had that big losing day, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video. Those are my losing trades, but pretty much ever since then, it's been kind of the same. It's like I'm down the same amount pretty much. I haven't had any more losers through the day or any take profits hit, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you know, I think it's gonna be winning now, because I really don't know that. But yeah. And so I didn't really go over it, but I think I did before, during the day, before I went out to Iniat. But I was saying that I needed to go to Wenatchee to pick up a couple supplies to do the maintenance myself on my bike. So today, I'm just going to go back to my sister's tomorrow and get my crash bars on the bike tomorrow. So I'm going to put my crash bars and my sliders on the bike tomorrow. And so I went to Wenatchee today, and I honestly didn't take my GoPro with me. I should have. I did a good deed today. I felt really good about myself. So they're doing, they're just blowing up the rocks pretty much. So they're, like a mountain face that comes onto the road, and the rocks will fall on the road. So they cut off that road section for quite a bit. You work on it all day, and they only open that up to, the top of the hour. So it builds a lot of traffic, and then they let the traffic through on the top of every hour, and then they get back to work on it, right? But I did a good deed, and one of the people in the front, I was kind of in the front of the line pretty much. Like I could see the person, I was just a couple car lengths away from the person who was holding the stop sign to stop traffic so they could do the construction, right? And so I was a couple cars away, and one of the older ladies in the front, she ended up coming up to me and was like, hey, I just want you guys to know my car's not turning on, so just go around me. And so I didn't really think about it, but instantly I just kind of got up and I was like, look, I was like, let's go take a look at your car, because my biggest idea was her battery was probably dead. So I was going to take a look at it, and then if her battery was dead, I was just going to ask somebody if they had jumper cables. So what ended up happening was her battery was dead. So she had enough juice to, when she tried starting the car, I could tell the battery just didn't have enough juice. There's a car behind me, so I'm gonna let him this is our moment pretty much. I'm gonna let them pass. Once they get close enough, I'm gonna let them pass, and then I'm gonna keep up because they'll light the road for me. But pretty much she her car was dead, and I found somebody with jumper cables. Like I had to go pretty far back in the line. I had to go at least 10 or 20 cars. Like honestly, today really showed me how many people in the world are actually willing to help. But pretty much, I just did a good deed. I'm not, I'm done talking about it, but I did a good deed today, and I feel good about it. Because I definitely felt like shit today. I felt really bad today about myself, and I helped somebody that was in need today, and I feel good about it. It changed my whole day. Like, even though I had to take time out of my day, it wasn't really time, someone was calling for help, and I decided to help. It wasn't a big deal. It was just, they didn't know what was going on with their car. I don't know a whole lot about cars, but I know enough to, like, basic scenarios like, oh, your oil plug has come out, or you need a jump start. But, I did a good deed, and I feel good about myself today. Now, back to the bike. What was the maintenance that I did? This guy is, he's probably going like 70 now. Back to the maintenance. What did I do on the bike? So today, what I had to do on the bike was, I had so much slack in my chain. It was so ridiculous. Pretty much, I had like 3 inches of give on my chain, which is not good at all. Not good at all, because what can happen is all that give will finally break the chain. You know, the links in the chain will break, and one, they can slice open your, I don't care what kind of armor you're wearing, it can slice open the back of your leg. It can fuck up stuff in the tires, and it can fuck up stuff on the engine. And if that chain gets caught in your tires, you're gonna go over the handlebars. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, and if the chain were to break and get caught in my tires, my back tire, I'm gonna fling over my handlebars at that speed, and I don't want that to happen. So we tightened up the chain. So, you know, he helped me along this process because I was newer and I wanted to make sure it got done right. So we tightened up the chain. So pretty much to tighten up your chain, all you do is you just they're in the back. I don't know if anybody's ever you know, if any of you guys have ever ridden a motorcycle or done maintenance on a motorcycle. It's really, really easy, actually. Like, I thought it was going to be so fucking hard, but it was so easy. Pretty much there's a gear. If you think of a bookshelf, if you've ever assembled a bookshelf, you put in those screws that are at like a 90-degree angle, and you tighten one side and it starts to pull it together. That's pretty much how it is. But the thing is you hold the nut, and there's an Allen key inside that, and you righty-tighty to push the, you know, it pushes the rest of the bike away from the back wheel, from the back brackets that hold the wheel in place, and it pushes it away. And what that does is it pushes the wheel back on the bike, and you know, with the sprocket, and it tightens up the chain. And so we did that. That's how you tighten up a chain. There's only a certain amount of give that you can go. You know, there's a little limiter on there, and once it gets to the red limiter, you know, that's when it's time to get a new chain. So we tightened up my chain. What else? Well, not we, but I ended up doing the oil change. She ended up doing the chain, because that is a bigger maintenance type thing, because you got to make sure the wheel is straight. You got to make sure everything is right. Otherwise, the bike is not going to work properly, and at higher speeds, it's going to be kind of rough. But, so pretty much, we lubed the chain also. Or me, I cleaned and lubed the chain. Honestly, I don't even think I needed to, because it wasn't even that dirty. Like, you know, it's a good thing that I did do it. But I cleaned and lubed the chain. We tightened the chain, and then I also did an oil change on the bike. And honestly, I will probably do this tomorrow, but I'll look over the cables, I'll look over everything and make sure that everything looks all good to go. In terms of my throttle response, like, honestly, just riding the bike, it feels good. You know, it doesn't feel like it needs any maintenance. Maybe tomorrow I might tighten up my clutch, because my clutch, you know, it releases really late, so I might tighten it up to where my clutch engages a little bit earlier. You know, because, like, I have to literally pull it out I have to let the clutch out about 3/4 of the way to be able to engage the clutch. So I might tighten it up to where, there's another car way behind me, but I might tighten it up to where I only need to, you know, the clutch starts to engage about halfway out the clutch. So I might do that. But that's pretty much the only maintenance that I'm going to do on the bike tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm just going to, you know, focus on getting my crash bars on there to make it look super sick. Damn, my bike feels so smooth though after we did the maintenance. It's redonkulous.